Every day you are programming your mind, whether you realize it or not. Every word you speak, every thought you allow, every belief you hold, it's all forming the foundation of your future. If you want change, if you truly want to see your life move in a new direction, you must understand the power of repetition. Not the kind of repetition that numbs the mind, but the kind that awakens it. For the next 28 days, choose one idea, a single thought that represents the life you want. It could be, I am capable, I am focused, or I attract success. It doesn't matter what it is, so long as it represents who you intend to become. And for 28 days, repeat it every morning, every night, and every time doubt tries to whisper in your ear. Because what you repeat becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes what you create. You see, the human mind is a powerful servant, but a dangerous master. It doesn't care what you plant, it will grow whatever seed you give it. Plant fear, and it will grow fear. Plant faith, and it will grow courage. Plant success, and it will grow opportunity. But you must tend to it daily. You must water that thought through repetition until it takes root in your subconscious mind, until it becomes second nature. Most people never stick to something long enough to see the results. They start strong, then stop when it gets hard, when the novelty fades. But transformation doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. A single drop of water may seem weak, but over time it carves stone. The same is true with your habits, your mindset, your destiny. What you repeat, you become. For 28 days, monitor your thoughts. Refuse to entertain anything that contradicts your vision. If a negative thought appears, replace it instantly with the thought you've chosen. You are retraining your mind to serve your goals, not sabotage them. You are becoming deliberate in your thinking. This alone can change the direction of your life. And as you go through these days, you'll notice something subtle. Your energy shifts. The things that once discouraged you won't have the same power. Opportunities you once overlooked begin to reveal themselves. It's not magic. It's the law of focus. The mind attracts what it repeats, and you, through discipline and persistence, are programming it for success. In 28 days, you won't just think differently, you'll be different. Your actions will align with your goals, your confidence will grow, and your life will begin to respond to the new vibration you've created. This is not about luck or chance or circumstance. It's about conscious repetition, a quiet daily commitment to becoming your best self. Every day of your life, you are shaping the person you're becoming. The thoughts that occupy your mind, the words that flow from your mouth, and the habits you repeat without thinking are all quietly molding your future. Most people go through their days unaware of this incredible power. They think change is difficult, that success is rare, that only a few are meant to have more. But the truth is, everything begins in the mind, and the mind is trained by repetition. What you feed it over time becomes what it produces. For 28 days, if you were to consciously repeat one single idea, one empowering, constructive thought, you would begin to notice something remarkable. The mind would start to accept it as truth. The body would begin to move in alignment with it. The circumstances around you would start to mirror that inner conviction. Imagine choosing one simple affirmation such as, I am in control of my life. You wake up and say it before you rise. You repeat it when you face a challenge. You think it as you walk, as you work, as you rest. In the beginning, it feels unnatural, almost forced, because the mind resists change. It wants to return to its old patterns, the ones built by fear, doubt, and past experience. But each repetition chips away at that resistance. Each time you affirm your new belief, you strengthen the bridge between thought and reality. The mind learns through reinforcement, just as the body builds strength through consistent movement. You cannot transform your life with occasional effort. You must train it every day, deliberately and repeatedly, until the new idea becomes a natural part of your identity. Repetition is not merely saying words over and over. It's a conscious act of faith. It's declaring to yourself, this is who I choose to be, even before you have proof. The human mind cannot distinguish between reality and imagination when emotion and belief are involved. If you persist long enough, the subconscious begins to act as though what you repeat is already true. You start making choices that align with that identity, and the world responds in kind. Doors begin to open, not by accident, but because you have tuned your awareness to notice opportunity, where before there was only noise. The power of 28 days lies in commitment. It's a short enough period to feel achievable, yet long enough to create new neural pathways, new mental habits, new energy. Most people never see results because they give up too soon. They stop just as their mind begins to shift, just before the old conditioning starts to fade. But those who persist begin to witness change, not because something external has shifted, but because their internal focus has evolved. The outer world simply mirrors the inner one. If you wake each morning with a clear intention, hold it in your mind, and act in accordance with it, you are reprogramming the system that dictates your results. The beauty of this process is that it requires no special resources, no external approval, no waiting for the perfect time. All it demands is consistency. Each repetition is a seed. Each day of discipline is water. And as you stay with it, the roots of your new belief grow deeper, anchoring you in a mindset that supports growth rather than fear. When you repeat empowering words, you rewire the thoughts that once limited you. When you focus your attention on a single uplifting idea, you take control of your inner dialogue, and that dialogue shapes the reality you live in. Repetition transforms confusion into clarity, hesitation into confidence, doubt into direction. It is through daily, intentional repetition that the impossible begins to look inevitable, and life begins to respond to the new frequency you have set within yourself. The greatest power you possess lies in your ability to focus. Whatever you give your attention to expands. Whatever you dwell upon in your mind begins to shape the circumstances of your life. Most people scatter their focus, allowing their minds to drift from one worry to another, from one distraction to the next, never realizing that each thought is an instruction to the subconscious. The mind is always listening, always taking notes, always creating based on the pictures and emotions you feed it. If you truly want to change your life in 28 days, you must learn to direct your focus with precision, like a beam of light cutting through the fog. When your attention becomes deliberate, your results become predictable. You no longer react to life, you begin to create it. Focus is not about effort, it's about intention. You can't hold 1,000 thoughts in your mind and expect clarity. You must decide what matters most. You must choose what you want to see grow and pour your energy into it every day. The truth is, the universe responds to consistency of focus. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align toward one direction, momentum builds. The confusion fades, the distractions lose their pull, and life begins to organize itself around your dominant idea. That idea could be success, peace, confidence, or purpose. Whatever you focus on daily for 28 days will begin to take root in your consciousness, and once it takes root, it will start to bear fruit. Each morning when you wake up, your mind is a blank canvas waiting to be painted. What you focus on in those first few moments sets the tone for your entire day. If you fill it with thoughts of gratitude, confidence, and purpose, you train your awareness to look for opportunities. But if you allow negativity or fear to creep in, your day bends toward that vibration. The power of focus lies in your ability to choose what picture your mind will hold. For 28 days, guard that image. Don't let anything disturb it. Protect it as if your future depends on it, because it does. You can observe this principle everywhere. The student who focuses on understanding rather than memorizing becomes a master. The athlete who focuses on form rather than applause becomes a champion. The person who focuses on solutions rather than problems becomes the one others look to for answers. Focus transforms average into exceptional, not because it adds more, but because it removes everything unnecessary. It sharpens the mind until only the essential remains. For most people, the challenge is not lack of talent or intelligence, it's divided attention. They start many things but finish few. They chase too many desires and end up moving in circles. But when you narrow your attention, everything changes. You conserve energy, you think more clearly, and you act with confidence. You stop reacting to every little thing that comes your way and start responding only to what aligns with your purpose. In that space of calm focus, power emerges. During these 28 days, make your focus your greatest ally. Each time your mind drifts toward fear or distraction, bring it back to your goal. Each time you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself that only one thing matters right now, the thing that moves you forward. As you train your focus, you train your destiny. You'll begin to notice that your thoughts carry more weight, your decisions feel clearer, and your actions produce results that once seemed distant. This is not coincidence. It's the law of attention at work. What you give your mind to every day becomes the foundation of your future. If you can hold your vision steady for 28 days, the world around you will start to reflect that vision back to you in ways that once felt impossible. Change begins with belief. Nothing in your outer world can transform until something shifts within you. Every action, every decision, every result begins as a quiet conviction in the mind. You cannot build a life of confidence while believing you are powerless. You cannot create abundance while believing you are undeserving. Belief is the invisible foundation upon which everything rests. For 28 days, you are being asked to believe in something greater, not outside of yourself, but within. To believe that you have the power to change your circumstances, that you are capable of more than your past has shown, that your potential is not fixed but expandable. This belief is the spark that ignites transformation, the seed from which all growth begins. Most people wait for evidence before they believe. They want to see results before committing their hearts to the process. But life doesn't work that way. Belief must come first. It is belief that creates momentum, and momentum that produces evidence. When you believe in something deeply enough, Your mind begins to filter reality through that conviction. You notice opportunities you once ignored. You take actions you once avoided. You attract situations that align with the new image you hold of yourself. Belief reshapes perception, and perception reshapes experience. If you commit to nurturing belief for 28 days, even before proof appears, the proof will begin to show itself in ways you couldn't have imagined. Belief is not pretending. It's not blind optimism or wishful thinking. It's an inner knowing that grows stronger through repetition and focus. Every time you affirm your new belief, you weaken the hold of old ones. Every time you choose faith over fear, you carve a new path in your mind. The human brain is designed to follow patterns, and belief is the strongest pattern of all. Once it takes root, it guides every choice and every emotion, often without you realizing it. That is why you must be intentional about what you believe. For 28 days, speak only what strengthens your vision. Think only what aligns with your purpose. Act only in ways that confirm your new identity. You are not trying to convince the world, you are convincing yourself. The process of belief is subtle but powerful. It begins as a thought, becomes an attitude, then hardens into identity. When you start to see yourself differently, the world has no choice but to adjust its reflection. People respond to the energy you project. Circumstances bend to the confidence you carry. It is not arrogance but clarity. The certainty that you have the right to live fully, to grow, to succeed, to become. The person who believes in their worth doesn't need to chase validation. Their presence commands it. The person who believes in their vision doesn't wait for motivation, they act from conviction. Every day for 28 days, remind yourself of what you believe to be possible. Say it, write it, visualize it, feel it. Let it echo through your thoughts until it feels undeniable. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the old voice tries to return. But each time you choose belief over fear, you reinforce your power. Each time you replace doubt with certainty, you build strength. You are reprogramming your subconscious to align with your new direction. And as that alignment deepens, your results begin to mirror your belief. Life is not responding to what you wish for. It is responding to what you believe you deserve. When belief becomes your constant state of mind, reality begins to reorganize itself around your conviction, and change becomes not a struggle, but a natural expression of who you are becoming. The words you speak to yourself are shaping your destiny in ways you cannot yet see. Every thought, every phrase, every quiet whisper in your mind leaves an impression on your subconscious. Over time, those impressions harden into beliefs, and those beliefs determine your actions, your emotions, and the quality of your life. Most people live under the weight of a silent dialogue they never chose. They repeat words of doubt, fear, and limitation, unaware that they are building walls around their potential with every thought. But when you become aware of this inner conversation and take control of it, you reclaim the power that has always been yours. For 28 days, speak to yourself only in ways that empower you. Replace criticism with encouragement, fear with faith, hesitation with certainty. The words you repeat are not empty. They are commands to your subconscious, instructions that shape your behavior and your results. The human mind believes what it hears most often. If it hears that you are not enough, it begins to behave as though that is true. If it hears that you are capable, intelligent, and determined, it starts to create evidence to support those ideas. This is why inner dialogue matters. You are the author of your own narrative, and the words you choose become the script you live by. The subconscious does not judge or argue. It simply accepts and acts. So when you tell yourself you can't, it obeys. When you tell yourself you can, it finds a way. Each repetition of a thought strengthens the neural pathway that supports it, which means every word spoken to yourself either builds or destroys your future. For 28 days, make a promise to guard your language, both spoken and unspoken. Notice how often you use words like, I can't, I don't have, I'm not good enough. Each of those phrases is a seed of limitation. Uproot them the moment they appear and replace them with strength. Say, I can figure this out. Say, I have what it takes. Say, I am becoming stronger every day. It may feel uncomfortable at first because the old language has been there for years, but every new word you choose weakens its hold. The mind adapts quickly when given new instructions. Speak the same empowering words daily for 28 days, and your subconscious will begin to align your emotions and actions with this new truth. Language carries vibration. When you speak negatively, your energy contracts, you become smaller in your own eyes. When you speak with power and intention, your energy expands. You begin to walk differently, think differently, and approach challenges with confidence. The transformation begins within, but soon radiates outward. People will sense the change in your tone, your posture, your presence. They will respond to you differently, not because they have changed, but because your energy has. The world reflects what you project, and what you project begins with how you speak to yourself when no one is listening. Every time you choose a powerful word over a negative one, you are reshaping your identity. You are programming your mind for success instead of self-sabotage. You are reminding yourself that you are in control of your own narrative. When you catch yourself repeating old patterns of speech, don't criticize yourself, simply redirect. The more often you correct the inner dialogue, the stronger your awareness becomes. Soon, positivity will no longer feel forced. It will feel natural. And once it feels natural, it becomes your default setting. The quiet repetition of powerful words builds confidence, resilience, and clarity. It sharpens your focus, deepens your faith, and transforms your entire outlook on life. Words are not just sounds, they are the building blocks of reality. And when used with intention, they can reconstruct the life you once thought was out of reach. ChatGPT said repetition without action is incomplete. To transform your life, you must not only think differently, but act differently. Every thought gains power only when it is followed by motion. You can repeat affirmations, visualize success, and speak strength into existence. But until you take deliberate steps toward your vision, nothing will change. The bridge between thought and reality is action, and it is built one decision at a time. For 28 days, act as though you are already the person you want to become. Carry yourself with the confidence, the discipline, and the calm certainty of the version of you that has already achieved what you desire. When you act in alignment with that image, you begin to attract the same results that image would naturally create. The world responds not to what you say you want, but to who you are being. Most people wait for motivation before they act. They believe they must feel ready, inspired, or confident before moving forward. But the truth is, confidence grows through action, not before it. The moment you begin to take small, consistent steps, the feeling of capability follows. You prove to yourself that you can, and that proof strengthens belief. Each day, one simple act that aligns with your goal builds momentum. The repetition of movement reinforces the repetition of thought, and together they create change that becomes unstoppable. You are training both your mind and your body to operate as one force moving toward a single vision. It does not matter how small the actions are in the beginning. What matters is that they are consistent. A single drop of water means little, but over time it wears through stone. The same law applies to human behavior. Each small action, repeated faithfully, reshapes identity. If you see yourself as focused, act focused. If you see yourself as successful, act successful. The act itself becomes the proof that convinces your subconscious of your new reality. When thought and action are unified, change is inevitable. There will be resistance in the beginning. Old habits will try to pull you back into familiar patterns. The mind loves comfort, even when comfort breeds dissatisfaction. But discipline is the language through which the mind learns new commands. Each time you act despite doubt, you rewrite the code of your behavior. Each time you choose effort over ease, you strengthen the muscle of self-control. For 28 days, make a pact with yourself to move forward daily, even if the steps are small, even if the progress is quiet. The consistency of action will compound, and soon you will find yourself doing with ease what once felt impossible. Action also clarifies thought. When you move, you learn. You discover what works, what doesn't, what needs adjusting. Without movement, ideas remain trapped in theory. The person who acts learns more in a week than the thinker who hesitates for months. The mind sharpens in motion, and clarity comes not from overthinking, but from doing. Every task completed, every challenge faced, every plan executed sends a signal to the subconscious that says, I am capable. That message grows stronger with each repetition until doubt no longer finds room to speak. The key to transformation lies in alignment. Let your words, your thoughts, and your actions tell the same story. Do not speak one truth and live another. When your behavior mirrors your belief, life begins to open in unexpected ways. Circumstances rearrange themselves around your effort. Opportunities appear where there was once emptiness. People respond differently because they sense authenticity in your movement. Each day of consistent action plants roots in your future, and those roots grow stronger with time. The repetition of deliberate behavior shapes destiny more surely than any burst of inspiration ever could. For 28 days, let your actions be the evidence of your belief, and your belief will grow stronger with every step you take. 28 days can reshape a lifetime when lived with intention. The mind and body are always adapting to the patterns you create. Each day of focus, each repetition of thought and action, each moment of awareness builds a new identity brick by brick. What begins as effort soon becomes instinct. This is the true purpose of repetition, to turn conscious discipline into unconscious excellence. When you do something long enough, it stops feeling like work and starts feeling like who you are. For 28 days, you are not simply changing habits, you are reprogramming your inner blueprint. You are teaching yourself how to think, how to respond, how to live with clarity and direction. In the beginning, the change feels small, almost invisible. You may not see the results right away, but beneath the surface, transformation is taking place. Just as seeds grow in silence before they break through the soil, your new mindset is forming quietly. Every day that you repeat a positive thought, every moment you act with purpose, you are strengthening new neural pathways. You are rewriting your own story at the level of the mind where all true change begins. The process may seem simple, but its impact is profound. The mind learns through repetition, and what it learns it becomes. Discipline is the foundation that supports this transformation. There will be days when enthusiasm fades, when old patterns try to return, when excuses whisper that it doesn't matter. Those are the moments that determine your outcome. If you stay consistent through the dullness, through the resistance, through the temptation to quit, something shifts. You begin to realize that discipline is not punishment, it is power. It is the quiet commitment to a vision greater than the moods or distractions of the moment. Each time you honor that commitment, you strengthen self-trust, and with self-trust comes freedom. As the days pass, you'll begin to notice subtle changes. You will think more clearly, react less emotionally, and carry yourself with quiet confidence. The chaos that once consumed your attention will lose its grip. You will see patterns where there used to be confusion. You will feel a sense of control not because the world has changed, but because you have. The repetition of focused thought and purposeful action aligns your inner world, and when your inner world aligns, your outer world begins to follow. There is immense power in small, consistent effort. Most people underestimate what can be achieved in a few weeks of unwavering focus. They chase dramatic change but ignore the quiet strength of daily discipline. Yet every master, every leader, every visionary became who they are through repetition. They built routines that reinforced belief, habits that supported excellence, and systems that kept their focus clear. For 28 days, if you give yourself fully to the process, you will begin to experience that same shift. You will no longer need to convince yourself to show up. It will become natural. The new pattern will take hold and the old one will dissolve. What happens after 28 days is not magic. It is the result of persistence meeting time. You will have developed the ability to direct your thoughts, to command your focus, to act with consistency. You will have built a rhythm that sustains itself. Your mind will start to expect excellence, your body will move in alignment with it, and your decisions will flow from that new foundation. The effort you once forced will now feel effortless because it will no longer be something you do, it will be who you are becoming. Each repetition, each choice, each day of commitment refines the version of you that has always been waiting beneath the noise. This is the quiet power of persistence, the hidden law of transformation that rewards the few who stay long enough to let change become their nature.